An Inspector Calls is a societal critique. Priestley is unique in his beliefs on the mischiefs of capitalism and its grief, shown by many techniques such as symbolism of the patriarchy and the clear hierarchy. Burling, Mrs. Burling, Gerald, Croft, and Sheila, Ed and Eric, the Inspector and Eva. Themes still here today, but society not giving way for the poor, which shows its relevance in modern day. Beginning of Act 1 sets the scene of the performance and engagement party, where the writer sets out negative connotations and female social subordinates. After small talk, Mr. Burling makes his retorts about honest twists and combining two businesses together. As Hattie would think, there won't be war, and it doesn't matter whether worker strikes or worker strikes, nothing comes of it fiddlesticks. Dramatic irony utilised as a key literary trick. Knock is the inspector. There's been a suicide, but he does not know why. But he has plans to cause divide, employed by other, but fired after she had asked for higher pay. Let her go from his factory, then she had nowhere to stay until she got a job at Millwood, selling clothes to girls and matrons. Fired for a customer complaint of provocation after dramatic tension that led to another confession out of jealousy of the dress she'd seen on her. The second culprit was Sheila. Guilt shown in Sheila's tone of speech. She represents hope where she'd usually be weak. After Ghoul leaves, Gerald told Sheila that he knew her, but didn't discuss specifics to prevent the revelation soon. The exposition is creating apprehension. Foreshadows worse in the future if mistakes are mentioned. Connotes many problems, but say more problems are to come. That's the opening of the play's Act 1. A new act in the play spawns new revelations after Mr. Burling bases Sheila. The Inspector looks at Master Croft. The Inspector demonstrates his patience, listening to just explanation and meeting Daisy Redson as playing his involvement as Sock. Met her at Brownie Palace Hall, where they were about the town. She said she had a frown after a womanizer tried to get her down. Thinks she didn't want to do so, took her to his accommodation, became his mistress, paying for intimacy and affection. Couldn't answer if he loved her for risk of further damage too. His relationship with Sheila, which thought would see him through. Siblings tend to intervene to change topic conversation, but this attempt was in vain. His asymptomatic transformation Sheila has over the ring, as Gerald was expecting this, representing Arthur's infidelity and bending the rules. Highlighted in the text with abundance of parentheses, Mrs. Burling is calm, will soon be discovered as a fool. An Inspector Calls is a societal critique. Priestley is unique in his beliefs on the mischiefs of capitalism and its grief, shown by many techniques such as symbolism of the patriarchy and the clear hierarchy. Burling, Mrs. Burling, Gerald, Croft, and Sheila, Ed and Eric, the Inspector and Eva. Themes still here today, but society not giving way for the poor, which shows its relevance in modern day. Act 3, the finale. Serenity's grief and solace is sparse. Burling's social status has fallen on its rear. Inspector Gould digs further into schooling self-fear and Sybil as she skirts around questions, preventing confession triple. Unintentionally revealing selfishness to the interrogator, as passive as a mouse but as snappy as an alligator, denying access to help, but submission to her family name. Of Gerald said see you later and felt loss of Mrs. Burling, the chair of the BWCO, denied help to the woman based on gross impertinence, apologetic in delivery, thinks she's in the know, not sure on her action but her morals was certain. Eventually it all comes crumbling down. Further interrogation turns her mood from unsettled to full-on mental breakdown, left in tatters, and finally curling to a ball. But that doesn't say at all as we discover Eric Burling. Fueled by alcohol, threatened even with a row, the darling Eric Burling in a deathly vex. Unless he let it into room to be used as an object, he valued to nothing, non-potential, unprotected, and all the revelations that came out that night. The Inspector left promptly and in quick flight, not without a passing message to remind the Burlings of their wrongdoing. If they don't change, there will be many problems that will be ensuing. He leaves quickly without making any more of a scene. Long after, the family discusses their actions and all what it means, to cover the questions to be made against school. Called to police and infirmary confirms the death and person but even real at all. To put the family at relief some time. There's brevity in this calm. There's a call on the phone line. Girls just died on the way to the infirmary. After swallowing some disinfectant, a police inspector was on the way to ask questions. An Inspector Calls is a societal critique. Priestley is unique in his beliefs on the mischiefs of capitalism and its grief, shown by many techniques such as symbolism of the patriarchy and the clear hierarchy. Burling, Mrs. Burling, Gerald, Croft, and Sheila, Ed and Eric, the Inspector and Eva. Themes still here today, but society not giving way for the poor, which shows its. But just remember this: one Eva Smith is gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Eva Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and fears, their suffering and chance for happiness, all intertwined with our lives and what we think and say and do. We do not live alone. We are members of one body. We are responsible for each other. And I tell you that the time will soon come when, if men will not learn that lesson, they will be taught it in fire and blood and anguish. Good night.